Hi there, and welcome to my channel. If you would please hit the subscribe button on your way in, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you like what you see, hit the like. It's free and it helps get me out in that algorithm. Alright, let's get on to today's topic.
So, hello there. It's been a while. I took a week off, getting ready for that huge sale that was a complete bomb, if you heard my last video. And now everyone's got to see the real Cutsy, the lady behind the claws. That's me. So, today, for True Crime Tuesday, I am going to do something a little bit different. While I was sitting at that sale doing absolutely nothing, I was reading up on, just reading the news, and I came across a story. This was August 22nd, 2025 is when the story came out. It was on NBC News. It's by Sarah Dahlberg. And it was about a woman who went missing recently in Michigan, in Upper Michigan. And so I thought I would go over this because there's just something that's a little sketchy about this. And so, yeah. Let me read you this story and I'll give you my thoughts on it, and also give you the information that if you do know any information about the missing, this missing woman, her whereabouts, anyone else that knows any information, I will give you the telephone number to, I believe it's the Alger County Sheriff's Office. They're taking tips and trying to get any information they can because they really don't have a lot right now. All right, so 65-year-old Starla Goings has been missing since Friday, August 15th, and her loved ones are feeling the pain of her absence. A lot of people have told me lately, they've said, "Your mom was really easy to love," daughter Stephanie Goings told Dateline, and she was just that. She was very bubbly, she was very positive, she was always smiling. Starla is a bank teller in Munising, Michigan, where she lives with her husband, Steffi's father. Stephanie and her husband, Anthony Owens, live in Orlando, but keep in regular touch with Starla. "We speak to her at least every 2 to 3 days, Anthony told Dateline. She was doing good, she was handling her affairs, and was going about her life in the best way she knew how. Stephanie and Anthony last spoke on the phone with Starla on the afternoon of August 15th. It was just a normal, standard talk of how are you doing, how are things going, what's up, Anthony said at the time of their last conversation. Starla said she was at the state fair in Escanaba, Michigan. They have not heard from her since. On Sunday the 17th, after they reached out to Starla's friends and Stephanie's brother, the couple learned that no one had heard from Starla for the entire weekend. No one, not anyone, had heard from her, Anthony said. "We all got worried Sunday and then called around and ended up finding out she was not there. She's not been seen since Friday." That was when the Alger County Sheriff's Office got involved. "We got a report from a family member," Sheriff Todd Brock told Dateline. "We get a call to do a welfare check on Starla. An Alger County Sheriff's deputy met with Starla's husband at the residence and completed the welfare check on the evening of Sunday, August 17th. According to Sheriff Brock, Starla was last seen by her husband, who said she left around midnight on August 15th. She leaves the home, tells her husband she's leaving, and leaves the home," he said. On the night of August 17th, Starla's vehicle was located approximately 3.5 miles from her home. Starla's case is considered an active missing persons case. "We're treating it as a missing person," Sheriff Brock told Dateline. "We have not named a person of interest at this time, but we're continuing to work the investigation, and if that changes, I will put out a statement through our local prosecutor." The Sheriff's Office has partnered with Michigan State Police, the Department of Natural Resources, and other local agencies to conduct a full investigation, including canine units, aerial and ground searches. "We've got a grid and a map that we're using, and we're just marking off quadrants as we search them." Sheriff Brock said, "We're all working collectively to do an organized, methodical search from the home, out from the home in areas where the tips take us, or leads might take us. As the search for Starla continues, Stephanie and Anthony have faith that investigators are doing everything they can to locate her. The police force is doing everything they can, and they have shown us that they are doing everything possible, Anthony said. The public can help in the search for Starla. Just please be vigilant, Sheriff Brock urged. Keep an eye out. Keep your ear out. We're taking any and all leads seriously, and we're working with anything we possibly can to bring Starla home safely. Starla Goings is 65 years old. She's 5'4", 160 pounds. She has bright white hair and brown eyes. She's carrying either a black Lululemon bag or a mini black backpack. If you have information about Starla's case, please contact the Alger County Sheriff's Office at 906-387-7030. And I'm going to put the number up here so that if you do have any information, please call. Yeah, this is odd. A married woman. It didn't sound like she had anything, there isn't any mention of her having any rough times in her life or anything like that. So I'm just wondering, and I find it odd that her husband, well, first of all, she's going from Munising to Escanaba, and she's leaving at midnight to go to a fair. And I don't know. That just sounds odd to me. Why would she leave at midnight to go to a fair that she could have just woken up early the next day and driven to? Why hadn't her husband had any contact with her? If he hadn't had any contact with her the whole weekend, why did it take the daughter and the son-in-law to call in a missing persons report from Florida when her husband was here? I mean, I understand you're older, your kids are gone. A lot of couples sometimes lead kind of separate lives. I get that. But you would think that you would still check in or text or, if she's going to this big, fair up in Escanaba, pictures on social media or pictures to her daughter, something. The husband thing seems odd to me. Now, I don't know. Maybe there's a reason why he didn't think anything was odd about not hearing from her. I don't know about you, but with my significant other, if I'm traveling somewhere or going somewhere and I'm going to be far away, then, he wants to hear from me just periodically to make sure that I'm okay. And I double checked. The distance between Alger and Escanaba is about 2 hours and 29 minutes. 90.37 miles to be exact. So really wasn't a trip that needed to be taken at midnight. Just sounds odd to me. And then her car's found less than 4 miles from her home. I don't know. I hope she's okay. I hope she met a gorgeous prince and he swept her off her feet and she's living the high life. But until we know that that actually happened, please keep your ears and eyes out. Make sure if you know something, again, call the sheriff's office, let them know. Her family's worried about her. And again, like I said, this is a very, very, very wooded area. We're talking about areas near like Hiawatha National Forest, all those things. Very easy to hide somebody. So, all right, on that note, everybody have a wonderful True Crime Tuesday. Stay safe and watch who you trust. Cutsy out.